Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the latest episode of the Bohemian Save. Today we're going to be doing a review of the third season. We're going to go through the league fixtures, the cup fixtures, also our Champions League campaign. Just before I started recording actually, I just looked at this screen here. A few things to note, one of which is that we are now a 2.5 star reputation club, which is good for us. It means we'll be able to attract hopefully better players to the club. I know we've been there for a while, but I've not really pointed it out. We've entered the favoured personnel list. We actually entered this, I think, second season or first season. It didn't take us very long to get on there at all. Obviously, they're very happy with how our league campaigns have been going. Icon-wise, Ewan Stokes was on there after like the second season. He had that really good first season and ended up just being an icon. He's only been here 3 years. So there's that. Also, I don't really get how this works, but we're predicted to finish second this season. And I'm not really sure why, because you'll see that last year, again, we ended up winning the league. It was a lot tighter this year. I keep going to season preview. It was a lot tighter this year, but it's still 3 years on the bounce where we've won the league and we're still not favourites to win it again. So I'm not really sure how they work that out. But oh well, we'll take it. It suits us being underdogs. We're underdogs in every game we go into in Europe. But when it comes to the league, we're three years on the trot is pretty dominant, I'd say. It's a lot tighter this year. There's only 2 points in it. It actually went down to the last game of the season. We had a really bad dip in form, which nearly ended up costing us. Thankfully, it didn't. So let's go over how the league season went. I can't remember if I've actually shown any of this season or not. I'm not going to go through every result, but what I will do is just filter out the competitions and then just go through each one individually. So in terms of the Premier Division, again, a really good start for us. Lots of green, lots of yellow, the odd red here and there. We started the season really well. And then we had back-to-back defeats, I think, for the first time. I can't remember. I've not looked back to see if that is correct, but I don't remember losing back-to-back before this season. Picked up again, a few good results, and then we went 3 games losing 1-0, where we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. We're playing all right, to be fair, but teams were hitting us on the break, and set pieces are killing us. We can't defend set pieces, so that's something to work on over this pre-season, definitely. And then picked up a bit of form again towards the end of the season and just managed to see it through. Ended up winning last game of the season, which was fairly convincing in the end. It was 1-1 actually, I think, at half time. I actually had Alex on Discord watching this with me, and he called that this would finish 5-1 at full time, and it happened. So shout out to you, my man. So that's the Premier League. Senior Challenge Cup, we won. Played Tolka Rovers, Wayside, Celtic, UCD, Waterford, and then beat Derry in the final. The League Cup, we won that as well. Beat Drogheda. That's not how you pronounce that, is it? Drogheda? It's going to be Drogheda, isn't it? Whoops. UCD, Galway, Derry, and Combe Ramblers. I don't know. The Leinster Senior Cup, won that as well. We played O'Devney, Shelbourne, Cabinteely, and Dundalk. Beat them in the final. Iron Brew Cup, I know for a fact we didn't win this, and we've still not won this. We lost on penalties to Dundalk, which was disappointing. And then the President's Cup, I think we won this. Yeah, we did. We beat Dundalk 3-0. So again, all the domestic competitions that we're in just for our league, we've done really well in. Now, onto the Champions League. This was our campaign. I showed you the qualifiers. So we beat Lincoln, Sheriff, HJK, Basel. And then we went into a group with Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, and Inter Milan. First game of the campaign, this happens. We beat AC Milan 1-0. I don't know how. Well, I do know how. We missed the penalty and put in the rebound. But after the penalty was scored, Atletico Madrid had so many chances to score, and Shane Supple had the game of his life. I kid you not, I've never seen a goalkeeper make so many saves in his life. There was another game like this, I think it was Inter Milan, at the San Siro, where, again, he had an absolute blinder of a game. If it wasn't for him, we'd have lost double figures in each game, I think. But particularly this one, as you can see, their team is unbelievable compared to ours. I mean, all you have to do is look at Griezmann and the stats on that. So that's probably their best player. Who would our best player be? Hilton. The difference in stats is phenomenal. But yeah, we got a win in the Champions League, which generated another £2 million. Then lost 6-0 away at Arsenal. Pretty standard. That's what I expected, to be honest. 5-0 at Inter Milan again would have been... this was at home, this one. Chris Smalling has scored against me twice in 2 seasons now. He scored for me for Napoli last season, where he's on loan from. He's actually joining Inter Milan permanently in the summer. And then we went away to the San Siro and only lost 3-0. This game was actually fairly decent. We had chances in this game. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any of them. As you see, we didn't have a shot on target, but we created chances. And Alex will back me up on this because he watched my whole Champions League campaign from here on out. We actually played quite well in the Champions League. Considering we lost 4-0 in the final 2 games, we did all right. If we could have avoided defeat to Atletico Madrid, potentially we could have got into Europe, but it was always going to be a tough ask. And then back at home to Arsenal again, not the worst performance, but when you have too many people on off days like Close and Purrington, unfortunately, when they've got players like Immobile, look at that, they are going to punish you. Mkhitaryan as well had a good game, to be fair. So that's the season review done. Like I say, it's another league campaign. It's another clean sweep domestically, which is good for us. So looking ahead to next season, the squad is looking like this. I'm going to go through it quickly so you can see how people are developing. So Shane Supple has been our number 1 here for the past few years. He's now 33. You see, physically, he's probably going to start to deteriorate fairly soon. Although goalkeepers can go to their sort of mid-30s, mid to late 30s. So I'm not too concerned about him. Keith Ward is someone that I'm going to be looking to move on, I think, in the summer. He's been here since the start as well. He doesn't really get a look in. As you can see, he's played 1 game. Got a good rating in it, to be fair, because he scored. But he's probably going to be one we're looking to move on. Alex Baptiste played his fair share of games. Didn't really do anything too outstanding. Got an average rating of 6.97. But he's weirdly still improving at the age of 34. So we'll keep him around for a bit longer. Bieves didn't play a single game last season, just due to Supple's good form, mainly. Oscar Brennan, again, is probably all right here just for backup. He's a really good box-to-box midfielder, as you can see. He's a really good, got really good work rate, teamwork, determination. And again, tackling, marking, and heading. So for a sort of defensive midfielder and a ball-winning midfielder, he's good to have around. Keith Buckley, again, fairly similar to Brennan in the fact that he's got a really good work rate, determination, natural fitness. Not sure if he'll still be here. If we can find better, we will. Dan Casey, the 23-year-old centre-back, still improving. Had a fairly good season again last season at centre-half. You'll see his centre-half partner in a minute. We've got an average rating over the season of 7.8, which isn't too bad. Ben Close, again, only joined last season and got an average rating of 7.14. Played 51 games, was fairly solid. Rob Cornwall's one that has actually shocked me. He's got an average rating of 7.5, but he's actually been so solid at the back. And you can see that he's improved massively. I think when we come in here, tackling was probably around 11. And same for marking. So he's still improving, which is good. Still got a few more years left in him. Sean Cummings, the right back, fairly solid. 4 assists over the course of the season with a couple of goals. Curtis Davies was one that I brought in at the end of the season. I kid you not, right? I was playing this game, coming towards the end of the season. I signed Curtis Davies at the end of the season. The day after he came into the locker room, or the dressing room, he issued a rallying call for the troops to get behind him. And I was just like, what a man. To stroll in on your first day and just be like, right, boys, listen, we're winning this, whether you like it or not. I might only be here for 2 games, but this is how it's going down. So, good bit of experience, good to have in the changing room. Kevin Devaney, probably going to end up moving him on at some point this season. Not sure when. But you can see he actually played 4 games last season, got 5 assists, which isn't too bad, but he's 30 now. Probably going to be looking to move him on. Daniel Grant is again been here since the start. I'm at a point now where I'm trying to put my own stamp on the team, but he's still only 20 years of age, and he's got 18 assists in 27 games, so I can't really justify getting rid of him. So he's going to be here for another season. Danny Hilton suffered a bit of a goal drought last season. I think it was around 7 or 8 games that he went without scoring, and then he popped up with a key goal towards the end of the season in that game against Waterford, I think, to get back to goal scoring ways, which was pleasing. Stephen Yap, again, we only got him last season from Celtic, played 7 games, which isn't too many, but is improving. Only 18, so bright future for him. Johansson found himself in and out of the team last season, to be honest, especially towards the end of the season. Couldn't really find a place for him just due to good form of other players. He's also declining, so it might be an idea to try and cash in on him this season. Billy Jones, he's the other fullback we've got with Cummins. He finds himself sort of in and out of the team. Not too bad statistically, but again, 33 years of age. Stats are starting to decline. Daniel Kelly, 19 assists, 15 goals in 50 appearances. Can't complain about that for a man playing on the wing. Really good statistically as well. Still only 24 years of age, so be keeping him around for a bit longer. Dara Lee, I still can't pronounce his name. I think it's just Lee, but I don't want to butcher it because I'm not too sure on Irish pronunciations. But he was our left back at the start and has got decent ratings ever since. But you can see he only played 6 games last season, so I'm not too sure whether he's going to be here next season. We've got Ben Purrington at left back, and also Jones and Cummings can both play there. So yeah, not sure whether he'll be here. Maria, I don't know. He started to get into the team towards the end of the season, and you can see his stats are getting there. They're getting there. They're starting to look more well-rounded. He actually got his first couple of goals as well, which was pleasing. You see his teamwork's up to 18 now, vision 14, balance 16, bravery 16, corners are 15 randomly. Yeah, he's improving a lot. So again, 17 years of age, which is good. He was the first regen that I snapped up, as you can see here. Didn't have a club beforehand, randomly, weirdly. I keep saying that. Alfie May, 36 games, 26 goals, only the 2 assists, which is strange for the amount we score. But yeah, did all right for us again last season. Found himself in and out of the team just due to Stokes and also Hilton being in the team. Robbie McCourt was our defensive midfielder in the first season. Again, has found himself struggling to get into the team. Only made 12 appearances overall. Made 5 in the league and 4 in the cup, and then also a few in the Champions League as well. Not a bad average rating, to be fair. Only 22 years of age. Ian Morris, again, was here when I got here. Did well for his first season, but probably going to look to move him on, to be honest. He's on £300 a week, which isn't that much considering our wage bill. We've got quite a bit to play with, as I'll show you in a minute. But I think we're going to look to move him on. Pelly Ruddock was probably our best player last season. From central midfield, he got 12 goals and 10 assists, which is pretty decent. But this guy has been really good for us. Just a really well-rounded box-to-box midfielder. Good determination, work rate, teamwork. Physically is solid as well. Ben Purrington was our left-back for the majority of the season. 52 appearances, 5 goals and 4 assists. Again, really good stats for the left-back position. I like to play with my wing backs pushing on a bit, so he's got pretty good stats for that. Good crossing, teamwork, work rate, and good fitness as well. Anton Rodgers played 49 games this season. Again, was really solid for us. Him and Pelly Ruddock were our central midfield partnership. And yeah, again, 18 goals, 10 assists from central midfield. Christoph Rodriguez was sort of in and out of the team. He was injured for a bit of the season, but found his way coming back into the team at the end of the season. He got 10 goals and 6 assists. Ewan Stokes, 44 appearances, 21 goals and 20 assists from the left wing. He's been just banging them in every season for us. See, in the league, he got 30 first season, 25 second season with 46 altogether. And this season, 21, which isn't too bad. And that's us back to the start. So financially, we are set. There was going to be no one touching us in this league financially for ever, basically. 25 million in the bank, which was obviously helped by us winning a game in Europe. You can see the spike from where we got that first injection of Champions League money. We went from 633k in debt and jumped up to having 13 million in the bank, and then it's just decreased a little bit due to us improving youth facilities, training facilities, coaches, etc. Got down to 10.8 and then went back up to 24, and now we're at 25. So that's pretty good. I'll show you what we've been doing off the pitch. Tried getting a senior affiliate, see if we can get some potentially good youngsters in on loan. The board aren't having it for some reason. They won't let me pick my own. They just come back to me and go, sorry, we can't find anyone. I guess no one wants to move to Ireland. Senior affiliate again, we tried it twice, didn't get anywhere. Youth facilities, training facilities, again. Senior affiliate, having none of it. The youth facilities and training facilities and also the data analysis facilities are being updated. So you can see we've updated the youth facilities and training facilities a couple of times now, which if we look at the general facilities, our data analysis facilities are poor, training facilities are below average, and also the youth facilities. Let's take a look at the youth team because hopefully some of these have improved. Let's have a look at the main ones coming through. Joe Bork, yeah, did alright to be fair. Didn't play in the first team at all, but I might look to start giving him some game time in the first team next season. We'll see how we do in the cups and stuff. Georgiadis, what was that hard to pronounce? Again, improving, 17 years of age, looks a pretty good talent for us. Fogarty, Burkic, who actually nearly caused me a big headache because he was saying that he was unhappy about not playing in the first team. Mate, you're 18 years old. You're not getting in the first team just yet. Just chill your boots, all right? I know what I'm doing. Tom Gaston was the centre-half I brought in. Really good stats, actually. Heading 14, marking 14, tackling 11, which can be worked on. Good positioning, good decisions. Quick off the blocks as well, 15 acceleration. So, and then Salvi's the other one that we've got in. Youngster, well, I say youngster, is 21 years old now. 13 heading, 14 marking, and 14 tackling. Some fairly decent other stats, decisions, and positioning too, but it looks like he's declining a little bit. So, yeah, that's pretty much all up to date. We've seen the squad. Tactics-wise, still playing the same 4-5-1. Not really had to change it. We went a little bit more defensive, obviously due to the Champions League games. We couldn't go out and just look to attack every single team because if we go toe-to-toe with players like that, we're going to get slapped, which we did, to be fair. We're probably going to get slapped anyway, but it might have been even worse for us. So yeah, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for your comments, all your likes, all your support. It's much appreciated. But until next time, take it easy. Peace.